Welcome to the house of Payne. Unity, turds. That is the key word in unit without the Y. Let's move out. You eyeball me again, I'll snatch it out and put it in East Coast cookie bag.
Killing bottles of wine is her business. Business is good. It's Katrina Porter.
Hi, on a stream.
Welcome to Split Happens, everyone else.
Welcome, everybody.
Oh, sorry. Katrina has heartburn real bad.
Sorry, everybody.
It's because I made you take shots
Oof.
of tequila.
Yeah.
And not the Coralejo.
Still good, though. It was Camarena.
Yeah, that worked. It was on ice.
What is it? What's that song? Hey, Amina.
Macarena?
Yeah. Wasn't that it? Yeah.
You know, the lady in that song is trash.
Why?
In Macarena?
Yeah.
She's talking about how she's cheating on her boyfriend.
Oh. But in Hotel Transylvania 2, when they're trying to, at the end, defeat the sea monster, they do that song, and it's really funny.
Each week.
We get derailed. And you come with us.
We really do. Each week, Katrina and I discuss a movie when we get to it. Both of us love. However, only one of us gets to say anything good about the movie. They're the pro of the episode, which means the other is the con and must attack it. Fuck it. Our one rule is the con only has to attack during the synopsis. If they say anything at all good about the movie during that time, you know what's going to happen. If you listened before, thank God, they will incur a penalty and will have to say something really, really good about a movie they hate, which I have a large selection of. And the pro gets to decide it.
I feel like I have a large selection, but I can never remember what they are.
You haven't told me any. You've told me like 3.
I know, but because I forget.
Write that shit down. If I, Anna, say anything positive during the synopsis, because I'm the con, and Katrina catches it, she always does, you're going to hear the sound.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Figure it out.
I've let a few go recently. I've been a little nice lately.
I let something go recently. I could tell when I edited. You almost said something about Leslie Ann Warren in Clue.
Oh, I almost said something like 4 times. Well, it was when you were talking about Carrie Fisher. Ooh. I was like, well, Leslie Ann Warren was perfect, so I don't know why they would have gone with Carrie Fisher. I was like, shut up, stupid.
Shut your fucking mouth. You shut your mouth.
You fucking say it.
You get inside. Shut your mouth. Yeah, I am definitely more guilty. Every once in a while I'll edit and I'll hear myself go,
yeah.
And luckily you're like blabbering about something and I'm like, oh, phew. But I keep it in just to be a sprite.
You cut it out.
No, I've kept them in, actually.
You cut it out.
Oh, God. Like Full House? Ew.
What's wrong with Full House? Do you have something wrong with Bob Saget?
I have something wrong with Dave Coulier.
Is he garbage?
I don't know, but Alanis Morissette wrote this song about him.
I think he broke her heart, but I think he might actually not be a terrible person.
Well, I mean, it sounds like somebody was going down on him in a movie theater, and I have worked in a movie theater, and I don't appreciate that at all.
That's a con.
That is definitely a con against Dave Coulier. You can't be getting head in a movie theater. Other people are there. Be more considerate. I don't care how hot it is.
I think a lot of our male listeners would disagree with you.
Well, as someone who has worked in a lot of movie theaters and cleaned a lot of movie theaters, and they are filthy fucking petri dishes, and there is the amount of cups that I have picked up that have either spilled or like just full of tobacco, chewing tobacco, or gum, or popcorn, or people bring like a 4-course meal to their movie theater experience. It's crazy. Of course, this was before, you know what? Back in the day.
Oh, God.
You couldn't actually just bring, back in the day.
Oh, God.
The only food you could eat was what the theater provided, and at the time, theater provided popcorn and candy.
Or else what? What would happen?
I'd have to clean it up.
Well, did you get frisked if you brought something in?
I would have told someone to tell them, don't do that.
Stop it.
I'm not going to tell them directly. That gives me hives just thinking about it. I don't want confrontation.
Well, I'd like to know what you're going to do about this movie.
Oh, so about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to be a drill sergeant for a bunch of children that should not be dealing with a drill sergeant at such an impressionable age. And even though it's in school, but I'm going to fucking torture them, but yell at them with commands so it doesn't sound like
5 minutes later.
That's what's happening. Toot Toot.
I was so afraid you were going to say something like, I'm going to be a drill sergeant with some children who shouldn't be drilled. That's where I thought you were going.
Oh no!
And I was like, oh no!
I thought that you thought that I was going to say something about Charlie.
Well, that can only mean we are talking about 1995's cult classic, Major Payne.
I'm fucked.
No, when I was taking my notes for this, first of all, disclaimer.
Oh.
When I was taking my notes for this, I was grumpy. So who knows what my notes are actually like, is one thing. Second of all, I think that there was a total of 6 pieces of trivia that I could find on the internet in total about this movie. So not much.
Disclaimer. I had an out-of-body experience when I was taking notes during this.
Oh, okay.
And I traveled to a state that is a U.S. state that is way cooler than Kansas, where we are.
Oh.
And while I was imagining myself in the out-of-body experience, I imagined myself having an edible while I took notes. I didn't actually do it. That's illegal.
Okay.
I'd never.
I see.
Do you have anything to say about this movie before we get started?
Well, this movie was directed by Nick Castle. He also directed The Boy Who Could Fly.
Aww.
And a movie that we are going to happily do, The Last Starfighter.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Yep.
Oh, I knew I recognized that name.
Yep. It was written by Dean Lorey, Gary Rosen, and Damon Wayans, who stars as Major Payne.
3 people wrote this movie.
Yeah, obviously. I'm surprised it's not 7.
But only one director.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just keeping track.
Some people direct themselves.
I bet he was hard to direct.
I don't think so.
Really?
I bet he was just, free balling it.
Fucking gross.
I don't know.
There's children involved. Think about what you're saying.
Hopefully not listening to this podcast. Okay, this was the strangest thing. And I spent, trust me, too much time trying to find this. I could not find the budget.
What?
I could not find the budget. And usually it is really easy. You put in the movie's name, budget, box office. Comes up real fast.
Yeah, God bless Google.
Yes. Not here. There was one site where I found where they said what the budget was, except it was exactly the same amount as the box office. So that was a typo. It couldn't have been correct.
What was the box office?
Okay. The film debuted at number 2 at the U.S. box office behind Outbreak, with a gross of $7 million on its opening weekend, and went on to gross $30 million. $30
million?
$30 million.
Second to Outbreak?
Outbreak.
Ooh. Talk about a movie I wouldn't say they couldn't make today, but they shouldn't make today. Okay, well, since you don't have a budget for this, I'm just going to make it up throughout. I'll just come up with a number.
It was $2 million. This movie made a ton of money.
$2 million?
Yeah.
No, that's not true. They spent $16 million on this piece of shit.
No. While it was originally a little scene straight-to-video release in Germany, it soon became a beloved cult classic over there, thanks to constant TV reruns. So our friends over in Germany love it.
Hey, everybody. Gather around. Grab some popcorn. Major Payne is on again.
I hope our friends over there are happy that we're doing this one.
It's Major Payne again. I wonder if Major Payne for Germany is like Beastmaster for America. Because Beastmaster was always on.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because originally it was nothing. And then it really, according to the Al Gore's internet, it got quite the following. This was a loose remake of the movie The Private War of Major Benson, which came out in 1955. Which is basically like a major who, is kind of down on his luck, and he gets sent to, just teach some ragtag kids.
Sure. Did he call any of said children ass eyes?
Okay, we're not even in the synopsis yet.
I'm just curious.
You seem like you've got a lot of attacks. You seem like really excited
I really do
to attack this movie.
This is one where I had to stop and Anna, focus. Now you're talking out loud, Anna. You're going to weird people out. Hello?
This film is a wife and kids production.
Uh-huh.
Years later, Damon Wayans starred in the sitcom My Wife and Kids.
Who is it? His thing?
No.
Oh.
I could find, kind of like the budget, I could find very little about that production company.
Well, that's sus.
Well, and unless my research failed me, this production company produced this movie, Blank Man, and Mo Money.
Oh.
All Damon Wayans
We're
movies.
sure this isn't Damon Wayans.
No, I am not sure.
Is it one of the 8,000 other Wayans?
Could be.
I bet it is.
I could not find any information, and I went back to try to find the budget.
There's too many Wayans.
I say there's just enough Wayans. The movie that I really, really want you to watch, because I'm just convinced that you'll really like it, and we should do it, The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. One of my favorite Wayans is in that one, Marlon, and he's really adorable in it.
I'm not 100% sold on that one.
I know, I'm just telling you, I think you would love it.
I'm not 100% sold on that one.
I know. Help me, people. It is so... Melissa McCarthy is hilarious in it.
Was I in a bad mood or something when I watched it?
You didn't watch it, I don't think.
I watched it with you, Cuervo.
Are you sure?
At Clear Lake. I liked it. I just don't know if I loved it.
Really? I just find that movie so entertaining.
Love is a weird thing. Who can explain these things? Not me.
You know what happened? So we've got this team chat at work. It's through Microsoft Teams, and I've got my 3 front desk staff and then one of our techs, and so then I'm the 5th person on the text stream. And when I wasn't there, they renamed the group In Sync.
I don't like this.
Okay, so I didn't like it either when I found out. Because I wasn't there, they gave me Chris Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, I still don't know who that is.
Yeah, because no one does. We talked about this. Yeah. So then later on that night, I could not quit thinking about it. And I just said, listen, because I'm the fucking boss. I'm like, I'm not going to be Chris Kirkpatrick. I'm going to be Jonathan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Oh, wow. You just went completely outside of... You went to another stadium altogether.
Yeah. So now, in Microsoft Teams, the name of this group chat is... In Sync minus Chris Kirkpatrick plus Jonathan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
I love it. I think I could name all of the new kids, and I could name maybe half of the In Sync people, and I still can't quite name all the Backstreets.
I think I could name 2 Backstreets,
and I'm not sure how many degrees are in the 90-something degrees.
Oh, I think I can only do
97, 95, 98. I don't know how many
there's 3 degrees, and 2 of them are Lachey's, so that's not hard.
2 of them are Lachey's?
Right. It's Drew Lachey and Nick Lachey.
You just made that name up.
No, he was on Dancing with the Stars.
I don't believe this is true. He was also in one of those bands?
He was in 98 Degrees.
With his brother?
Yes.
Oh, how fucking awkward. That had to have been so difficult when they were in Teen Bop together.
Well, Jonathan and Jordan were in New Kids together.
You're right. Mm-hmm. Well, Jonathan didn't pay it no mind because he was not into those girls.
Fucking Tiffany.
You're still salty about Tiffany.
Well, he had to pretend.
Let this shit go. All right, fine. God, whatever. Good. I'm glad. Ugh.
Play the fucking song.
Let the games begin.
Our movie begins with the iconic song, Bad to the Bone. And the title of our movie is presented to us with bullet holes. And that is how you know we are going to see some action.
Didn't Terminator 2 have Bad to the Bone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. When he's in the... Maybe after he got the sunglasses and the motorcycle.
I believe so.
Well, okay. So...
This movie was before...
I don't care.
Oh, okay. Well, we get some on-screen text that says we are witnessing the South American Operation Drug Sweep. And an American soldier gets shot. Oh, no.
That's not what it says. It says we're watching Operation Drug Sweep.
Well, I told you I was sad when I was taking my notes and I wasn't paying attention.
You know who else was sad? I don't know. But I can tell you who else was not present in their job was the person that named that because they were probably like 2 weeks on their way out. What? Operation Drug Sweep. Well, that's some lazy shit.
You know what? I appreciate people that just get right to the point.
What's the point of giving it a code name?
Well, what's the point of having 12 other words?
I don't know. 100% don't know how to answer that.
Okay. I rest my case. Then we see another soldier who offers to help the wounded soldier get his mind off of his pain, and that lets us know that this movie is really about friendship and love.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. In summary.
What does he do to said friend?
Holds his hand. Hard.
Because that would get his mind off of the pain?
Squeezes it.
Squeezes it. How hard?
As hard as he loves him.
As enough to break a finger?
Ooh.
Like purposefully break a finger?
He loves him real hard.
That's not love. I never break people's fingers with love. Usually just malice.
Well, next we learn that helpful soldier is being discharged from the military because he has literally killed all of the bad guys. This scene, there are so many one-liners in this movie. And I looked up like the funniest lines in this and then I forgot to put them in here. So I'm going to go off my brainials. But he says something like, when the guy's like, sorry, buddy, we got nothing else for you. He's like, well, surely there's someone out there to kill. And he's like, no, you killed them all. Well, we learn that this person's name is Major Benson Winifred Payne.
Uh-huh.
And 2 weeks later, Payne is starting to lose it.
No, he's
What?
not. Because he's still, when he's talking with the general,
Yeah.
the general happens to say something else.
I don't remember anything else. Oh, he said, do your best.
No, he does not. He says, boys like us have become dinosaurs. I have a problem with this.
Why?
First of all, the general's making it about himself. And this isn't about him. This is about Major Payne.
He's joining with him. He's saying, I too understand.
Okay, well, fine. Then, second of all, dinosaurs don't exist. Nope.
I have a follow-up question.
No. They don't exist. They
You
didn't.
mean, you mean they don't exist now, in real time? Like they're not alive now?
Ever?
You mean dinosaurs don't exist, like now, like in the now times?
Yeah, definitely now times.
Right, okay.
And also before times. There's bones, and they were put there. No, they were actually a race of bird lizard people hybrids called buzzards.
Oh my god. Oh, my heartburn. What have you been watching on TV?
Major Payne. And I've read up extensively on bird, lizard, race, hybrid people named buzzards. And most of them were killed by an alien race. After the buzzards refused to join their alien multi-level marketing scheme. And that made the aliens mad, so they killed them all. And then the buzzards who weren't killed. Buzzards.
Okay.
Read a book.
Oh, I did this.
The buzzards were they were mostly killed, but the ones that weren't killed were chased into the oceans, and then they evolved into advanced fish things called fiberzards.
Oh my god!
And
now, you're saying birdzards. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, like lizards.
Okay. So you're telling me that you believe in aliens but not dinosaurs?
I'm just telling you what science says.
Okay.
They live under the Mariana Trench, and they're quite peaceful.
Oh my! I'm gonna take responsibility for this.
Yeah.
Because in Beastmaster, I brought up Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ew.
And you've clearly been going down some of her rabbit holes and been reading some of her materials in Crazy Town.
How dare you? This has nothing to do with that hooker.
And I want you to come back. Anna, come back.
I'm not making up
Birdzards?
buzzards.
Okay, buzzards.
I'm not making it up.
Oh, no, it sounds...
I'm just saying that's what happened. If you want to know about dinosaurs, you can read what the government wants you to read.
Oh my.
Or you can go a little bit deeper into the interwebs and find the truth about what's lying beneath the Mariana Trench. And that is fish, bird, lizard, hybrid people killed by aliens. This feels very easy to understand.
I've got Jurassic Park up there. I'm gonna send that book home with you. Okay. That's the craziest fucking shit you've ever said. And I've known you all your life.
There's no way that's true.
Yes. And now what you said initially about the state of mind you were in when you were taking your notes seems very real.
This isn't in my notes.
Oh. Oh no.
You know what? Let's move on. I'll send you some literature.
Oh God. Okay. Yes, please.
Does Major Payne actually rent an apartment, or is that his? That he's like...
I think he owns it.
He owns that apartment.
Yeah, I think it's a condo.
So he's lighting a fire in the corner of his condo.
He's stressed out. He has devoted his whole life to saving our country.
He's eating a rat.
Well, okay, how many times have I said on this podcast that we don't treat our veterans right? Multiple times. And mental health in our armed forces is real. It's a problem.
It's quite important. Yes,
it
it has
is.
nothing to do with this movie. That's just a fact.
As I mentioned earlier, before things went completely off the rails, Major Payne is played brilliantly by Damon Wayans. Sorry, that was my ankle. My whole body has just rejected everything that's going on right now. I'm literally falling apart.
It's seeping out bullshit.
Well, he decides to utilize his finely honed skills at the local police department, and during a dramatization that occurred in orientation, a very enthusiastic and obvious champion of women's safety, Major Payne, beats the shit out of a would-be spousal abuser.
It's an actor.
Well, he doesn't understand that. He just sees abuser.
That's not what this is about, though. It's supposed to teach like defense and stuff. What's the guy in Napoleon Dynamite?
Rex Kwon-do.
Rex Kwon-do. Yes, thank you. This is not at all like Rex Kwon-do.
It is not. That is true.
I learned so much from that one. This, I just learned that It's okay to like backslap somebody over and over and over.
Well, it's not okay. It does appear that he gets arrested.
Yeah, he does. He gets arrested. Then what happens?
Well, thankfully, his military buddy has found a job for him at a military academy.
So he visits him in jail.
Yeah.
For assaulting someone. And he's like, you know what would be good for you? Being around children.
Yes. You know, this movie's about friendship also.
That's not a good friendship, though. That's a bad friendship.
No, he's like, hey, buddy.
He's Canadian?
Of course. Did you see his smile?
Hey, buddy.
Well, as Major Payne arrives at the school, we immediately meet the absolutely adorable tiger, Anna. Hey, cuckoo bird. Hey, person previously known as my sane sister. What do you think about Tiger? He's pretty cute.
I love tigers.
What about this tiger?
He doesn't look anything like a tiger.
He's adorable.
Tigers aren't adorable. They're majestic.
Well, we also meet Mrs. Walburn, played by Karyn Parsons of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fame.
That's true. She was there. Yeah, I liked her on that show.
Yeah, she's Carlton's sister. Major Payne learns that he is in charge of the Green Boys, and it looks like the guy who gives them this news might have personally supplied Buffalo Bill with his moth collection. We instantly recognize this person as Uncle Lewis from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
He's been in so much.
A bajillion, quadrillion movies.
I'm convinced he's never been not 90.
He's been in as many movies as there were dinosaurs that truly walked this earth.
I love his voice in movies, specifically in Christmas Vacation.
Okay,
He's
that's borderline.
The blessing.
It's borderline. Because he is in this movie, and he does have a voice in this movie, but I'll let it go.
I'm not talking about this. I said specifically that other one.
I'll let it go.
Talk about the kids.
It is time to meet Major Payne's squad. And let me tell you, a more ragtag group of misfits you've never seen.
That's true. And there's a little fucker in this group. I spotted him right away. A little brown-nosed little fucker.
Okay, well, Major Payne addressing the Green Boys is hilarious. Fight me.
I mean, abusive, verbally abusive, but yeah, sure, if you want to say hilarious, I guess.
This is what you do at a military academy.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a hard stance and say that's rude.
Oh, that, especially with all the other things you've said, makes sense.
Oh, thank God.
Well, despite the campy portrayal of Major Payne, his uniform shows the scuba diving badge and the parachutist badge.
Is there really?
It does. In the U.S. Marine Corps, this almost certainly means that Payne came from an elite Marine reconnaissance or force reconnaissance unit, which would certainly justify his war-grizzled character. Until the recent formation of the Marine Raider Regiment, Marine Force Recon was considered the very tip of the spear when it comes to the Marines' combat fighting elite. That's why his business is killing.
Business is good.
Major Payne may come across a little aggressive, but again, this movie is about friendship and love.
It is definitely not.
And he is just trying to keep them safe from Charlie.
Charlie. Who's Charlie?
Charlie can be anywhere.
But who's Charlie? Who is he talking about with Charlie?
Charlie just wants to fucking kill you.
Who is Charlie?
The enemy.
It's not anybody, any particular race.
Well, I can tell you who Charlie is right now in my life.
Uh-oh.
And he's white.
Oh, thank God it's not me. I mean, not because I'm white, because I'm not a guy. And, yeah, okay. I want you to tell me about Cadet Dotson.
Oh, is that the ass kisser?
Uh-huh.
Well, do you want me to tell you what I think?
Yes.
Okay, I think that Cadet Dotson comes from a very strict household. I think he's probably criticized terribly by his father, who's very overbearing. And he is just looking for someone to acknowledge his achievements.
Okay, well, I think Cadet Dawson sounds exactly like Isaac from Children of the Corn, and I want you to prove to me that it's not him.
Well, Isaac from Children of the Corn is dead.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he got sucked up into that corn.
What's you do, Malachi?
Yeah, okay. Done. Proved.
Well, he makes Tiger hold his pee, and that's a good way to get a UTI.
But Tiger didn't, because he
Pissed himself?
Yes, and he's like, I'm just gonna piss myself. I'll do it. I'm a rebel.
That's a good way to get some lifelong trauma.
Tiger's a rebel.
He ain't no rebel. He's a pisser. He's a pants pisser, and that's gonna. I think he will remember that for the rest of his days.
No.
Thanks, Major Payne.
Because in the outtakes, 2 weeks before,
Yeah.
they had watched Billy Madison, and Tiger knew that you ain't cool if you don't piss your pants.
When did Billy Madison come out?
1993,
And this was made in
1995.
No, it was not.
This came out in 1995, and Billy Madison definitely came out before it.
Was this actually 1995?
Yes.
Oh shit! I was thinking in the 80s because I was still thinking of our next movie. Oh my god! In the last episode, I said we were sticking with the 80s. Why didn't you correct me? You just went along with me.
Because I wasn't paying attention. I was drunk at the time.
Okay, that's fair. Why does Major Payne fat shame a kid?
Because of Charlie. Well, okay. Was it nice what Charlie said? Or was it nice? Was it nice what Major Payne said to the curvy kid?
No!
No, it wasn't.
What about the kid he calls ass eyes? What you looking at, ass eyes?
But you say that all the time.
Yeah, but never to somebody with actual ass eyes, unless of course it's the kid from A Long Kiss Goodnight.
Well, the cadet who is clearly entertained by Major Payne's interaction with the white cadets, and he makes the mistake of calling Major Payne his brother. Major Payne calmly responds by saying, "I'm not your damn brother."
That's true.
It is true. In fact, he's his uncle.
Yeah.
The cadet's real name is Damon Dante Wayans. Aw, you're right. In real life, it's about love, too. His brother must have really loved his brother because he named his son Damien off of his brother Damon.
He was jealous.
Well, Major Payne meets a cadet who is hearing impaired, and he expresses a willingness to communicate in a way the cadet can understand, and everything is fine.
Really?
Yep.
He does the opposite, actually.
No, because he starts doing sign language.
What sign language does he say?
He says, "I am going to motivate you in the ways that I know how, young man."
No, he says, if you don't communicate with me, and through sign language, he says, I'm going to put my foot up your ass. And then the deaf kid says, go ahead.
I think he signed a thumbs up.
He didn't. They actually did it. They had to have done it in ADR because they go off the face of the kid. He goes,
Man, dummy! Throw your dirt!
Well, lastly we meet Cadet Alex, and we can tell he's going to be a real troublemaker.
a little.
You?
He's terrible.
What do you mean terrible?
I mean terrible. That's a clear word. It's not anything weird. Just he's a terrible child.
Well, it has three
Not
syllables.
even a child. He's clearly like 47 years old.
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not. On the Michael from Lost Boys scale, he's like 15.
What? No. No, don't bring him into this. He's...
I'll drag him into anything I want.
Mm-mm.
Major Payne decides to bond with the cadets by giving them something in common so they all get a haircut. And I am impressed that he is working so hard already to make a connection.
No, he's turning into a bunch of skinheads.
No.
And, excuse me, but there's a, like, you talked about Tiger earlier?
Yes.
How old is Tiger?
6.
6. Why is he in a prep school?
Oh, because his parents got killed in a car accident.
Why is he in a prep school?
Because he didn't have any other family. Mrs. Walburn has a little bit of feedback to give Major Payne about his interaction with Tiger.
Oh, therapists always do.
God damn it. Mrs. Walburn has a little bit of feedback to give Major Payne about his interaction with Tiger, and he agrees to be Mrs. Walburn's helper. And actually, I think this movie is also about effective communication and growth. And so love and friendship and effective communication and growth.
I haven't seen any of that so far.
Okay. Well, effective communication. She gave him some feedback, and he said, "Thank you, Mrs. Walburn."
And he ignored it.
No.
Yeah, he ignores that.
No. What else are we going to discover this movie is about? I hope it's cookies.
There's no cookie. There are no cookies in this movie. That's gone.
I really want cookies. To research his character, Damon Wayans endured several weeks of drill instructor qualification training, learning the requirements of a Marine Corps drill instructor as well as other aspects of Marine Corps training. You can see several small things he does, like the cadence of his walk, almost unconsciously correcting his cover after braiding and getting in the face of each cadet, and the list goes on. A common sentiment among former drill instructors, not only in the Marines, but in all other branches, is their statement that one must be akin to an I'm never going to be able to say this word. To an
Improvisational.
Okay, thank you for saying that. Will you insert that word when I said it?
No.
Okay. You know what? They gotta be good at improv. Fuck it. Why are you doing sad face?
I'm thinking of cookies.
Oh, oh no. I'm sorry. Cookies do sound delicious. Since they constantly have to improvise on the spot, break down the cadets, come up with statements on the fly, and Wayans' prior experience as a stand-up comedian was a huge asset. Because he's so funny.
I fucking almost got a button push right there.
Damn it. Well, Major Payne encourages bonding amongst the cadets and has them all room together. And dare I say, this movie is also about brotherhood.
No, he has them room together, and then they're like, obviously, this is not acceptable. And then he's like, okay, I'll give you acceptable. And then he like sticks him in the fucking ground and like has a hose on him, and that's hypothermia.
I have a question.
One of the kids is already sickly. We've already heard about that.
I have a question. Did you just give a ghost a hand job?
Did he enjoy it? Yes. It was thorough.
I was just trying to figure out what those hand movements you're doing over there.
She's hosing them off.
Oh, well, you know.
This is hosing.
Listen, this is tough love. The next day, when Major Payne is having them do the obstacle course, he says you will get no sympathy from me.
You want sympathy? Look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis.
Well, the cadets decide to make Major Payne a cupcake that is filled with some substance that, in theory, will have Major Payne's butt visiting the leaky cauldron, and that will be a one-way trip. They see Major Payne eat the cupcake, and nothing appears to happen. However, when Cadet Willinger walks by Payne, he knocks him out with what appears to be the most toxic fart ever known to mankind. Oh, God.
So you're telling me that military training somehow gives you...
Oh, God. Here we go.
It's not about cupcakes. It's about science. Military training somehow gives you the ability to be immune to giving the toilet the taco treatment. But you can somehow fart and it smells like bad enough to like knock a kid out? Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's that Agent Orange.
Agent Orange doesn't do that. I don't know what Agent Orange is.
I think it's that like toxic shit that a lot of people got like in Vietnam and stuff.
Well, I love the taste of orange because I love an orange Julius. That's a con.
Fuck you, Agent Orange. But it does sound like it did help Major Payne prepare himself for this toxic cupcake. And these little kids are fuckers.
They are fuckers.
They are fuckers. Well, have the cadets learned their lesson?
No.
No, but of all the things I've said, I never said this movie was about lessons. Nuh-uh, I never said it.
I think you did.
I did never. Love, brotherhood, effective communication.
Syphilis and lesson.
Nope, never said syphilis.
What? Yes, you did.
I mean, well, I didn't say that that's what this movie was about.
No, you did. You said lesson becomes before syphilis in the dictionary.
Nah. Well, they decide to frame Major Payne by having Cadet Williams sneak into his room while wearing a dress so they can take a picture of Williams in Payne's bed. As you can imagine, this does not go well because this movie is also not about effective pranks.
Well, I will say that sleeping with your eyes open can cause vision damage or vision loss entirely. That's a con.
No, it can't.
Yes, it can. Sleeping with your eyes open can cause vision impairment or vision loss entirely. I Googled it. Yeah.
It can cause dry eyes. What's that?
Yeah, and then leads to vision damage or vision loss entirely.
Well, Major Payne decides that since Cadet Williams showed up, looking lovely by the way, wearing a dress, he will have all of the cadets wear dresses during their daily workouts. Mrs. Wallburn is not very happy about this. She encourages him to read the ABCs of effective communication, which he gets right too, because he is all about effective communication and growth, just like this movie.
Is that a real book?
Yes.
I can't tell if you're telling the truth or not.
I can't either.
No, I know. Okay, so that's not a real book. That's a con.
It might be a real book. I don't know, actually.
For real?
For 1,000,000%.
Like
It sounds like a real book that some person that's never done actual treatment wrote.
So he makes them run around in dresses, as long as you're okay with that. Is that in the ABCs of communication or whatever that bullshit was that you said?
I'm okay with people just being themselves.
Did they look like they were being themselves?
You know what? I think that we learn lessons in all different ways. Yep, that sounds good. Tiger runs in and says there's a scary man in his closet, and Major Payne and Mrs. Wallburn have a slight disagreement as to how to handle this. Major Payne decides to take action, and he goes into Tiger's room and shoots into the closet several times.
That's not okay. Oh, there's bullet holes inside that. This is a school. It's not like Tiger's going to be there his entire life.
Mrs. Wallburn's like, what happened? And Tiger says,
Major Payne just terminated that Batman with extreme prejudice.
This seems to soothe Tiger, maybe a little too much, because Tiger gives Payne a hug, which he has little experience with, and he is slightly distrustful of physical affection at this point.
Major Payne is?
Yes.
Well, that's not okay. Tiger's just trying to give him a hug.
It is not, yes, correct. It is not okay that he has not had enough hugs in his life.
Here's the thing. Consent matters. And Tiger did not ask him if he could hug him. And I think there's no early enough age to start teaching consent.
Yeah, we should, yep. The kid that probably has reactive attachment disorder because his entire family's been killed. Okay. Well, the next day one of the cadets is being a little silly. He's pretending to be Major Payne. But then, Payne shows up and he doesn't like it. And then he has them kind of work through some calisthenics and he goes, 1.
Don't you feel dumb? 2. Look at you. 3. Don't you ever make no jokes about me behind my back, otherwise I stomp you in the ground.
That's
You
a
know
terrible rhyme.
He's silly. You know what? He's teaching them also that poetry doesn't have to be neat.
How dare you?
I actually think this is effective communication. Well, the cadets have paid a gigantic sweaty person who looks like he was every extra and over the top to beat the shit out of Major Payne. However, he dispenses with this individual with extreme prejudice as well.
Because he's a terrible fucking actor?
Well, he's a terrible fucking fighter.
I don't like it.
Well, Cadet Stone admits that he paid for the bruiser and covers for the rest of the squad. But instead of expelling him, Major Payne makes him squad leader and tells him it is his responsibility to lead the squad to victory in the Virginia military games. Why is this important? Because it's basically like the Catalina wine mixer of military games in Virginia.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Super important.
I don't see anybody singing no opera or playing no drums.
They'll be singing with their guns. Well, Cadet Stone is pissed and he's like, nah. And Payne tells them, if you really want me gone, you go get that Virginia Military Games trophy from the previous winter school. And if they can get it, he will resign. Well, this movie is not about idiot cadets and their ability to overcome their own shortcomings to achieve success. So they get caught.
That's fucked up. He set them up.
Well,
They set them for failure to get their asses kicked. That is so fucked. These are kids.
He didn't say it was going to be fair.
Well, I wouldn't have gone to steal that trophy because no matter what, because I don't like being in trouble. But this is an absolute nightmare for me.
Hey, did I tell you that this movie is the same set where the movie School Ties was set?
School Ties?
Uh-huh. With Brendan Fraser. And Samji. Wasn't he in that? Did I make that up?
No, Matt Damon.
Oh, Matt Damon was in it. That's right.
There's quite a few. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Oh,
people.
it might have had Mackenzie Aston in it. Did I make that up?
I don't know. I don't remember him in it, but I think quite a few people.
I just made that up too.
And now they were terrible to him. That's gone.
In the meantime, Tiger is sad that he wasn't allowed to go on the op. And this is my fucking favorite part of the movie. I love it so much. Major Payne decides to cheer him up by telling his version of the little engine that could, which might be the funniest telling of that story ever told. Tiger looks both terrified and entranced.
This little engine mission was to take some AK-47s and a nuclear payload over the mountain to the 2063 Battalion.
But then, of course, that fucker Charlie shows up.
I've heard this story, the little engine that could, 100 times, and this is not how the story goes.
Well, I'm sorry that you had not lived your life the way that Tiger was able to live his life.
Well, me too.
Well, Charlie makes his way into the store and blows up all the good guys.
Bubba come crawling out the back door, both legs missing. Look up at me, he said, "Hey, I can't feel my legs." I said, "Bubba, they ain't there."
Except the lone survivor, Major Payne.
Bam! I know what you did to my friend! Bam!
Major!
Bam!
And he blasts his way out. Bang, 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 bang.
But then Charlie.
Do you like this part? Your face says you do. What's your favorite part of the story? Is it the legs? Or is it...
It's the legs.
Yes!
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Yes! I knew the story would get you. It is so hilarious. Blam, blam, blam. Ooh.
Fine, whatever. Whatever. Do your worst. I don't care. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care even.
Can you say your favorite thing about the made-for-TV version of The Shining?
That's not even on my list. Where the fuck did you get that?
I don't know. It just came to me.
It was organic.
We were talking about The Shining earlier, and then just popped in my brain just right now.
Well, I love the show Wings. And that Steven guy, that motherfucker was on Wings, and he did great. And I actually really love that actor. He was in Dracula Dead and Loving It. He's in a lot of movies that I like. And I think that he always elevates a movie or show when he's in it.
I will take it. Thank you. That made-for-TV show was fucking garbage.
Stephen King loved it.
Oh, Steve. Calm down.
Anyway.
Well, Mrs. Walburn decides to discuss the appropriateness of this story to Major Payne over dinner. Major Payne's, they go over to dinner. Where they happen to have some music.
Well, yeah, the music.
Major Payne's dance number is hysterical. Fight me.
Yeah, I will.
Payne's character was dancing to Pop That Coochie by Two Live Crew. Wayans was having a real-life feud with Two Live Crew at the time due to a joke that he told about the group during his comedy special, Damon Wayans' The Last Stand when he called them gangstas with microphones. This prompted Two Live Crew's frontman Luther Campbell to cut a response rant on Wayans and his show In Living Color on a track called I Ain't Bullshittin', which coincidentally appears on the Sports Weekend album, the same album that also features Pop That Coochie.
I am shooketh.
Payne gives Mrs. Walburn a bullet that he literally took out of his heart. And if that isn't romantic, I don't know what romance is.
I know what it is. It must be that he swallows her fucking face trying to kiss her.
Is she into that? She seemed into it.
I don't know.
She seemed into it to me.
I don't know.
I think she was into it. Well, Cadet Stone is pissed because he figured out that Major Payne tipped the other school off, that the cadets were going to steal the trophy, but now Stone is motivated to win the Virginia Military Games / Catalina Wine Mixer, and I am beginning to think Major Payne might actually be good at this.
Uh-oh. I know who you're thinking of next.
It's Family Day.
Yeah.
And look who Cadet Stone's stepdad is.
Michael Ironside?
Michael Ironside.
He's always such a piece of shit in movies. I bet he's a delightful person. That's a con.
Well, I read he sucks in real life.
Did you really?
No.
Oh, well, that's a con. Shame on you. I hope you feel shame.
I don't. I can't feel shame. I can't feel anything because of the tequila.
I'm incapable of feelings and trapped in the closet. And then I pull up my gun.
Well, despite being top billed, Michael Ironside's character of Lieutenant Colonel Stone neither appears nor is mentioned until halfway through the film, and then for just one brief scene where he is a major dickhead. He is wasted and starts abusing Cadet Stone, which Major Payne tolerates for 0.2 seconds, and he gets rid of that piece of shit with extreme prejudice. We have another example of love and brotherhood, because Major Payne is starting to understand why Stone is a little rebellious, and Stone appreciates Payne for sticking up for him.
Oh, so you can be a little fucking asshole as long as you have trauma in your life. Okay.
Yeah. That's what's worked for you. Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's next? You can tell by the smile on my face. It's a getting proficient in things you have little to no chance being proficient at montage. With RESPECT as the soundtrack.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say ROTC and you didn't know what you were saying. So
No.
Okay.
RESPECT.
Why is Tiger even in the ROTC program? He's a baby.
No, he's an orphan.
A baby.
He's so cute.
What if he was like 18 months old? Would you throw him in there because he's an orphan? What can he do? He can't lead a squad.
No, but it'd be more like he'd be like Simba. They just hold him up every once in a while. They shake him. No, they don't shake him. Never mind.
No, you never shake a baby.
I forgot. You never shake a baby. Okay.
Not even an ROTC.
Okay, well, you know how much I love a montage, so don't ruin it.
Well, in this scene, Major Payne lets her blow his whistle, and that's not a euphemism. That's a con. I love euphemisms. No way.
Plus, it might literally. Plus, Payne lets Mrs. Walburn blow his whistle, and that is not a euphemism. That is in my notes. It is the day before the Virginia Military Games, and Payne tells them they are still shit sandwiches, but they are no longer soggy. And though they are no longer turds, they have graduated to maggots.
I like soggy sandwiches.
We have established that I like hot sandwiches.
You do like hot sand.
Unless it's a fluffernutter. Well, speaking of shit sandwiches, Major Payne learns that he has been reinstated in the Marine Corps because there is a situation in Bosnia that needs a specific set of skills, but that he has to miss the games, and the squad does not take this well.
Well, no.
He said, I never said families don't break up. Don't you watch Oprah? And then Mrs. Walburn comes in to pile on, which I appreciate, because I like a little pile on, guilt. I don't mind it. But sadly, Major Payne is putting up his walls of solitude and tells her she needs to kick rocks. He's just, he's got to push her away. It's his defense mechanism.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Every time somebody is a shit person. They're like, it's my defensive mechanism to be a fucking shit person. Okay, only one person gets to do that. And it's me.
Well, and Major Payne.
Nope.
Benson Winifred Payne gets to do it also.
Well, when Winifred makes me think of Hocus Pocus, this isn't Hocus Pocus. And not a single musical number in this.
Pop the coochie. So, disagree.
They don't count.
Cadet Stone is still going to lead the squad to victory in the Virginia military games. With love, brotherhood, effective communication, and growth, maybe they can do it.
No. So just to be clear,
Yeah.
with these games, a 6-year-old and a 17-year-old
for sure.
compete in the same challenges.
Well, I mean, it's a team. They're a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a team.
What other 6-year-olds do you see on the field in other places?
They don't show every team.
Yes, they do. They show every single team. They show every team.
They don't pan down to all the 6-year-olds.
Yes, they do. They do wide shots of all of them, and no 6-year-olds, not even close. It's all like teenagers, except for this one solitary 6-year-old little tiger, little baby boy.
Okay, well, I have an answer.
Oh, thank God.
And it's not coming to me right now because it's an answer because it's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So so remember the movie
No, don't you
Revenge of the Nerds?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare, you bitch.
Remember, okay?
Yes.
Did every fraternity have a booger?
No, that's not actually where I thought you were going to go with that. Thank God. Okay.
Okay. Did every fraternity have a synthesizer?
Maybe.
No.
It was the 80s.
No,
Probably.
They didn't.
They probably did.
They didn't.
I'm not saying they utilized it.
They didn't.
Every single fraternity, that's what they were given. They were given paddles. They were given instructions on how to haze their new recruits. They were given lots of booze. And they were given synthesizers.
No, Madison Military Academy got extra points because they have a 6-year-old.
Mm-mm.
Yes. They're like, Madison Military Academy is so inclusive.
So they gave a sympathy vote to Madison.
It's not
so they didn't actually earn anything.
It's not a sympathy vote.
Sounds like it.
It's not a sympathy vote. They're inclusive.
Just real quick. So Major Payne had a fantasy before he came back about him with a life with Miss, what's her name?
Mrs. Walburn.
And
Tiger.
And Tiger. And he's got a white picket fence. He's he's grilling, barbecuing or whatever, and everything's fine until
Fresh lemonade, probably spiked with vodka.
sure. And then what happens?
Well, Charlie shows up, of course.
Oh, who's Charlie? Could it be the only Asian person in this entire movie?
Charlie's different for all of us.
Well, for us that watch the movie, it's the solo Asian person in the movie.
I think that there were Asian people at Madison Academy. There has to be because it's a very inclusive school.
I don't think there is. Why weren't they in the ROTC program?
They were. I mean, they seemed very inclusive. They have a 6-year-old.
They seem terrified of Major Payne because he keeps calling him fucking Charlie.
Well, Payne decides he belongs back at the academy. But Cadet Stone gets tripped in the relay race by that little fucker, and a kerfuffle ensues.
Isaac? From Children of the Corn?
No, Isaac's in the corn. He's dead.
No, he's here. And he's tripping.
Oh,
He's tripping.
he did.
Both another kid and then also emotionally, he's tripping.
Well, Tiger has to lead the squad in their drill team routine because Stone can't do it. And it is, look me in my face. Look me in my face.
Yeah.
It is the cutest damn thing ever.
It's also completely unrealistic. Ain't no way the hip-hop version of their drill would have been acceptable, let alone win first place. There's no way the military academy would have been okay with them going off script and doing a hip-hop routine of their drill.
It wasn't going off script.
Also, they're not even in sync.
Yes, they are.
They were definitely not. And also, so we're to believe that if you're deaf, you should also blind yourself and then toss a rifle around, which seems extraordinarily dangerous.
I think, I have an answer.
You do?
Yes.
Is it bullshit?
No.
Seems like it.
Remember that super hot guy from America's Next Top Model? What was his name? The deaf guy?
Yeah. Neil?
Niall. Okay, he was on Dancing with the Stars, and one of the most memorable dances of the whole season was one part when they did the dance. It went completely quiet, so everyone could experience what it's like when he is dancing.
Oh, did it also go completely black so everybody could be blinded? Because that's what happened to this kid. He acted like he was being blinded as well when he blindfolded himself.
I think they're just saying that your senses become more in tuned. Listen, I know I'm not the judge. But I am a judge, and I am impressed.
You're very judgy. That's true.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm very judgy, and I've been like, this is a no. I see what they're trying to do.
This routine is fucking kids. Their feet, the white people, their feet are moving. And
Barely.
In their dumb rhythm.
Barely. Just tapping on the ones. All of them.
They're doing their best. Everyone's doing their best.
Doing their best.
And then at the end of the routine, Tiger does a little Michael Jackson dance. I swear to God, if Madison Prep doesn't win this trophy, I will burn everything to the ground.
Don't worry, they'll be fine. They have a deaf blind kid. Oh, he's just deaf? Who knows what will happen?
Well, they win. Everything's okay.
Thank God.
3 months later, we see Cadet Stone leading a new squad of cadets.
Yeah?
However, Major Payne's introduction starts off very different.
Yeah?
He talks about a family unit. He's their friend. Until a dog starts running around and then runs over to one of the new cadets. Payne is like, what the hell is this dog doing here?
Yeah.
The cadet says he is his blind seeing eye dog. Major Payne asks what's probably a good question. What good is a blind dog? The cadet.
And that little fucker says,
He says a derogatory thing to Payne, which is a terrible idea. Payne gives him the old shaved hair treatment. When Major Payne encounters that cadet, he mockingly refers to him as Ace Ventura. This was, of course, the breakthrough film of Jim Carrey, who co-starred with Damon Wayans in Living Color and Earth Girls Are Easy.
oh, that's right, they were in that together.
Yep.
So, just to be clear,
Yes.
every new semester they get a kid with a different disability?
This is a really inclusive school. That's the other thing this movie's about. Inclusivity.
So that's because he's so inclusive, Major Payne is. Do you give me a heart symbol?
Yeah.
He shaved the dog's head, or he shaved the dog with a knife. You're okay with that?
A knife.
He shaved the dog. The
I didn't
entire dog.
Prove it.
I saw it. We saw it. You saw it. Everybody saw it.
I didn't see that.
Yes, he did. He said, go get my knife, and the next thing you see is a shaved dog.
He said, go get my knife, and then he goes,
No, he didn't. He did that afterwards because he was so pleased with himself for shaving that fucking dog.
He was a kidder. You know what I'm not kidding about?
What?
It's the end of the movie.
Thank Christ.
It's done. Yes. It's over now.
You know, I'm going to accept I only got one button push. Because I thought I might get more.
I was pretty lenient.
You were very lenient. There's a couple times where I, for sure,
I know.
I was like, oh, she's not paying attention.
I
Thank
was
God.
paying attention.
Oh, what a great movie. Oh, I love it. My kids love this movie.
It is so funny.
It's great. Damon Wayans, man. What is he doing now? Is he doing anything? He should be doing stuff. He's funny.
He's so funny. I mean, I was bummed that there was not more trivia about this. I assumed that he improv'd a lot, but maybe not, since he was one of the writers of the screenplay. So maybe
I bet he did. That's just kind of his thing. I don't think we have I'm Gonna Get You Sucka on our list, but we might put that on there.
Ooh.
I like that one a whole lot.
Plus
God.
white chicks. I'm kidding.
I'm Gonna Get You Sucka's hilarious just for the one of the other Wayans, their sister. I can't remember what her name is. When she's singing this, she's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
This was great.
We can't say what we're doing next because it's a surprise.
Yeah.
It's our Father's Day episode. And then after that...
It's in the 80s. We can say that.
It's in the 80s.
Is it a Disney? We can say it's a Disney movie.
It is a Disney movie, as is our next one.
That's right. They're both surprises.
Well, we can say what our movie after that is.
Well, let's wait.
Okay.
2 Disney movies back to back.
Yeah.
1 live action, 1 animated.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
This was fun. I wasn't sure how this was going to go.
So we've talked about doing Major Payne for quite some time. We used to watch it a lot.
As.
Which
we
we
go,
go,
toot, toot.
Oh, I love it so much. All right. Well, I can't wait. Bye, Katrina Porter.
Bye, Anna Serene.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.